Yes, you can be an unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable dream doer, and always find a way to do what you dream when you stick to your strengths. Welcome to another episode of Unshakable, Unbreakable, Unstoppable Stories with Bonnie Jean.
Bonnie Jean Schaefer here, best-selling author of The Dream Doers and the Summer of Secrets. Now, I was a senior in college the day I decided to pursue my big dream of being a writer. That day, I bought this blue notebook at the convenience store across the street and started scribbling book ideas in it. Once I had the characters and storyline set, I began writing the first draft of the book in this very notebook. A year and a half later, I had a complete first draft. So I printed it out and read through it, certain it was going to be the best book ever! It wasn't. Actually, it was really terrible. So, I put it aside, bought another notebook, and started rewriting the entire story. 2 years later, I had another draft that I was certain was good. So I printed it out, read through it, and it was better. But by better, I mean it was just really terrible. So, put it aside, bought another notebook, and began rewriting the entire story again. 2 more years later, I had complete draft number 3. Printed it out, read through it, and this time it was just bad. So, put it aside, bought another notebook, and began rewriting the entire story yet again. 1 year later, in the fall of 2005, I had what I finally believed was an excellent story. So I started shopping for an agent and found one who wanted to read the first 50 pages of the manuscript. So I printed them out and kept a copy for myself. Then 2 things happened that made me not want this agent or any other agent to represent me. One was that I just didn't want to go about getting my book published in the normal way with a regular publisher. You see, I'm not just a writer, I'm an entrepreneur. I wanted to start my own publishing company so I could publish my own books whenever I wanted. And 2, the story was just wrong. You see, I realized that the book I had spent the last 6.5 years writing was actually the last book in the Dream Doer series. I wanted to start at the beginning of the series, so I put all that work aside and, you guessed it, bought another notebook as well as some index cards to outline the story on, and began writing the story from scratch. 3.5 years later, after lots of editing, writing, rewriting, more editing, more rewriting, you get the picture, I ended up with the first book in the Dream Doers series. At the time I was teaching high school English, so I had my students read the manuscript and edit it for me. They gave me feedback on these sheets. Now I've got to admit, watching them read my story and make comments on it made me quite nervous. But much to my relief, they liked the story and had lots of good things to say about it. They also had some constructive criticism for me, which I appreciated. I made some big changes to the story based on what feedback they gave me, and published my first book, The Dream Doers and the Summer of Secrets. In next week's episode, I'll share what happened after I published it and why seeing it on the Amazon bestseller list freaked me out so much that I stopped promoting it altogether.
Please don't wait as long as I did to start living your dreams. Life is really much more fun when you set goals and take action to make them happen. No matter how old you are, you can be an unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable dream doer today. To help, I want to give you 3 free gifts, one of which includes the entire audiobook of The Dream Doers and the Summer of Secrets. All these gifts are waiting for you at the Dream Doer League blog. To claim them, just go to dreamdoerleague.com and sign up for the Dream Doer League e-zine. Until next time, this is Bonnie Jean, signing off. So go now, be unshakable, unbreakable, unstoppable, and find a way to do what you dream.